Hello, my name is Haley Barbaritz, and I will be taking you through the Management and Personnel Plan of HRB Enterprises Ltd. I will first explain the introduction, including the nature of business HRB Enterprises is in, and the purpose of creating a personnel and management plan. Immediately following, I will cover the organizational chart of the business, along with the desired profiles of board of directors and a description of the nature of investing in HRB Enterprises. The equity structure will follow, determining the percentages of equity and how they are allocated. Then the personnel plan will follow, which will include basic job descriptions and salaries of the executive team and management team, along with a payroll budget for the next 2 years. The recruiting, selection, and implementation plan will be the final topic of the management and personnel plan for HRB Enterprises, and will include recruiting practices, job qualifications of the executive team and management team, along with the CEO exit strategy. HRB Enterprises Ltd. is a real estate management company that began in 2017 in Portsmouth, Ohio. HRB Enterprises Ltd. funds the renovation of new properties for ideal rental locations and is planning to expand into the Beaufort County, South Carolina area near 2020 to capitalize on prime vacation properties. HRB Enterprises is currently a self-funded company with the potential to take on investors in order to expand properties. HRB Enterprises, as of 2018, currently has no employees, only one founder, that is myself, Haley Barbaritz, and one rental location. The purpose of the Management and Personnel Plan is to primarily serve as a benchmark for HRB Enterprises and ensure that growth is on track, and to lay out employee designations as hiring for more employees becomes a need. Here you see the organizational chart with the equity percentages, which I will elaborate on in the next section. Here, the board of directors sits at the head of the organizational chart, as they are the source of information and serve to guide the CEO and company into the proper direction. Stemming from the board of directors, you see the CEO, who is myself, and is directly involved with investors, in which there will be a maximum of 3. The reason for investors and the CEO having equal power is that the CEO is also an investor in the company, and investor input is extremely valuable to the company and helps the company function. Alongside the CEO, you will see the Chief Administrative Officer, Chief Financial Officer, and Chief Operating Officer, who will each head their own department like the CEO. Each C-level employee has significant responsibilities for their own team and work as a team on an equal plane to satisfy investors, executive recommendations by the board of directors, and follow company strategy. In the CEO's department, the Human Resources Manager works closely with the CEO on hiring and reports on employee information so that the CEO can report back to investors and the board of directors. In the CAO's department, there is one member of the management team who is the property manager. The property manager works directly with 3 facilities technicians who report to the property manager directly. Also in the CAO's department are 2 other staff members that report to the CAO directly, which include an admin assistant and a customer service representative. Moving on to the Chief Financial Officer, 2 members of the management team are included: a head account manager, and if there is a need, an investor relations specialist. The account manager has 2 sales representatives that are staff members who will report directly to the account manager. In the COO's position, you will see that he or she has the most employees to oversee, including 2 managers that are the marketing manager and the business development manager. The marketing manager oversees 3 staff members, which include a social media specialist, a photographer and videographer, and a print media specialist. The desired board of directors will include 5 members. These positions are not currently filled, but are guidelines and ideas to people who will help HRB Enterprises grow with their diverse profiles. The first desired member would be a manager of a real estate company. An experienced upper-level manager of a major real estate company such as RE/MAX or Century 21 will assist HRB Enterprises with processes that normally follow with real estate companies and should have at least 20 years serving as an upper-level manager. Another desired member is a real estate attorney. The real estate attorney desired will have at least 15 years of experience and will be utilized to review important legalities, but will not serve as the company attorney. This attorney should be able to counsel on major decisions that may put the company at risk and provide direction to HRB Enterprises to best follow and take advantage of current laws. A certified public accountant will serve as a board member, not as the company's CPA, but just as a board member, and should have 20 years of experience with handling real estate businesses. The CPA will be utilized to review the books by the accountant agency that HRB Enterprises will use, and the experience with real estate businesses should help to investigate tax breaks and confirm that associated costs are categorized properly to maximize the net profit. In the nature of business that HRB Enterprises is in, a construction developer serving as a board member would be extremely beneficial, especially as HRB Enterprises is renovating and expanding into new properties. With the experience of a construction developer, I hope that he or she will provide a growth focus to the team and be able to identify where costs can be minimized in the event that the company develops land into real estate. Also, being that HRB Enterprises is looking to expand into vacation rentals, an experienced CEO of a vacation resort with approximately 10 years of experience is desirable to HRB Enterprises. Vacation rentals are semi-related to the nature of business to HRB Enterprises, and the unrelated aspects may tap into new ideas for the business to jump into and add value for investors. Also, with the nature of business of vacation rentals, the CEO will be best at improving procedures for property management to benefit customer experiences as well as the employee efficiency. These 5 board members will meet once a quarter and be compensated with a 1.5% stake in the company. Investors will be expected to contribute $500,000 to be considered for the stake of the company. No more than 10% will be issued to a single investor, and investors will hold no more than 30% of company holdings in order to limit power. Dividends will be issued to investors upon profit generation. The real estate business is one that requires large amount of operating cash, and less shareholders will present an appearance of sophistication for HRB Enterprises and attract more serious investors who will be willing to contribute more funds. Here you see the equity pie. The equity is divided among the board of directors, executive team, investors, and some managers. The board of directors has 1.5% stake per each member for their time investment into the company by providing advice and direction quarterly. The CEO is the individual with the greatest holdings in the company at 26.5% for the personal property and cash investment in the company and for the founding idea. 3 investors together will have 30% of the equity. If each equally contributes $500,000 to the company, each will receive 10% equity individually. The other C-level employees and managers will be brought on, and after a year of extraordinary work, will be granted with a 7% and 5% in equity for C-level employees and managers respectively. The COO, the CFO, CAO, Human Resource Manager, Marketing Manager, and Business Development Manager will all receive equity for their work. Reasoning for giving equity to these particular employees is to literally invest them into the company. These employees are key players, not to say others are not, but their loyalty to the company is crucial because of the relationships they will have with others in their positions. It is extremely important to retain these key players for HRB Enterprises, and by offering equity, I believe it will serve as motivation and will improve efforts as well as building company loyalty. Next, I will be covering the comprehensive personnel plan for HRB Enterprises that lists the positions and basic job descriptions of the board of directors, executives, management, and staff. As mentioned previously, the board of directors will consist of 5 non-employees who will meet quarterly to provide guidance and will be compensated with 1.5% share of the company in distributions. The executive team is made up of 4 members. Firstly, the Chief Executive Officer. The Chief Executive Officer is intended to oversee all facets of the organization and will meet with the board members and facilitate discussion among other upper-level managers in order to develop cohesiveness and direction to the company. The CEO is also responsible for ensuring that the company functions align with the company mission and strategy, as well as making daily business decisions. The CEO will receive a starting salary of $100,000. The Chief Financial Officer is responsible for overseeing all finances of the company, analyzing financial reports, and communicating financial standings to the CEO. The CFO is also responsible for developing a direction, delegating responsibilities, and ensuring that procedures in the financial division follow the strategy of the business. The CFO will be compensated with a beginning $90,000 salary. The Chief Administrative Officer takes the lead on communication among separate departments, training, and distributing marketing information to intended audiences. The CAO also enforces customer policies such as payment policies, refunds, property damages, and customer service issues beyond the customer service representatives. The CAO will receive a salary of $60,000 to begin. As seen in the organizational chart, the COO oversees the most employees. The Chief Operating Officer is designated with leading all operations, overseeing business development and marketing efforts. The COO delegates responsibilities, goals, and is responsible for ensuring properties are held to company standards to ensure customer satisfaction. The COO reports to the CEO with marketing information, research, ideas, and is ultimately responsible for customer acquisition. The COO will receive a $100,000 salary compensation. The management team includes 5 different employees. First, the account manager is tasked with acquiring individual accounts, managing accounts receivable and payable, and overseeing sales representatives. The account manager will receive initial salary base of $45,000. The human resources manager, who works very closely with the CEO, is responsible with caring for employee concerns and conflicts, insurance policies, updating employee information, assists with recruiting and job posting, as well as employee benefits. The human resources manager will be compensated with a $60,000 salary. The marketing manager is responsible for developing all marketing material and managing all marketing projects. The marketing manager reports to the COO on current projects and efforts and idea generation for customer acquisition. The marketing manager will have an initial salary of $50,000. The property manager of HRB Enterprises is responsible for property inspections, ensuring quality of property appearance, communicating tasks to facility technicians, and reporting any issues and complications with the CAO, and is responsible for proposing resolutions to issues. The property manager will receive a beginning salary of $50,000. The business development manager is responsible for larger accounts, projects, and business opportunities, including facilitating business-to-business relationships. The business development manager will be compensated with a $50,000 salary. In terms of staff, the staff will be responsible for completing tasks as assigned by their superiors. The staff will be compensated according to the chart I'm about to review. Each individual is placed in a category according to the nature of their work. This chart demonstrates quarterly salary allocations. At the end of year 1, there is an anticipated budget of $1 million for payroll. In year 2, upon expansion of HRB Enterprises, and assuming all employees from the prior year are retained, there will be a 10% increase in salaries, along with 2 added positions of facilities technicians to support newly added properties. The year 2 payroll budget allows for a $170,000 increase. Here you can also see the employee count rises from 20 employees to 22 employees with the addition of the 2 facilities technicians in year 2. The final piece of the management and personnel plan involves the recruiting, selection, and implementation plans. To help with recruiting efforts, job postings will be conducted through Facebook, ZipRecruiter, and LinkedIn. All recruiting will first be reviewed by the HR manager in order to screen and determine that basic qualifications are met. After it is determined that the basic qualifications are met, the candidate will then be called for a second interview with the CEO. The CEO will then review final candidates with the current executive team to determine the chosen candidate. Reviewing the candidate with the executive team allows the team to see if the employee will fit in and gel with the department chemistry, as well as ensuring the candidate has the desired skills that are lacking from the department. With the selection plan, these are the job descriptions and salaries, which I have reviewed, but I'm going to go a little deeper and more detailed by implementing qualifications of each job.